A directed welcome to our chairperson of the board, Professor Thokozani Majozi, all board members present here today, as well as our executive leadership led by our CEO, Dr. Thulani Dlamini, and the most specialist of special welcomes to our guests of honor, our finalists. I am Unathi Mzwakali.
Good afternoon. Please enjoy it. I don't want to mess up your shine. Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Nati Mbongwa, and as Nati Squared, we are honestly honored to be the facilitators for the proceedings today. Without any waste of time, I'll kindly ask our International Convention Center representative to please come to the fore and give us a healthy and safety briefing.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to the CSIR International Convention Center. I'm Beppe Pretorius, Safety and Setup Coordinator of the Center. Before we proceed, I'm just going to give you a couple of health protocols as well as evacuation protocols of the Center. Kindly make use of our hand sanitizer stations located within the venue as well as the communal areas as frequently as possible. In the unlikely event of an emergency, an alarm will sound throughout the building. Trained responders will give instructions on evacuation. Stay calm. Take only belongings that you can carry. Walk in an orderly manner. Do not run. Responders will lead you to an emergency exit, then to the assembly point. We also have medics on site. Should you require medical assistance or fall ill, kindly report to the first aid room or to reception where they will assist you. Restrooms are available throughout the building. Please look out for signage. As this is a public building, please do not leave your valuables unattended. Free wireless internet access is available throughout the building. Select free CSR ICC on your device. No password is required. For assistance, please call on any of our staff members who will contact the technician to provide support. Thank you and enjoy the awards.
Thank you very much, Beppe. So he said that if there's any medical emergencies, there's a medical service, but I'm in medical service myself because I'm a first aider. So if it's too far there, then I'll start with CPR. But I can't give you Panado. I'm not allowed to do that. He also said that you don't leave any belongings that you cannot take with you. So if you have a spouse here, that's a belonging you cannot take. And now, I'd like all of us to please rise as we sing the national anthem.
Thank you so much, colleagues. You may be seated. You know, Nati, while I was standing here listening to the colleagues singing, I was like, actually, we could have a CSR choir. Like, you know, don't worry. I'll tell you when we're having auditions. Yeah, we have potential soprano people that are sitting in the front row. I won't point any fingers. But if you look to my left, to my left. Yes. But thank you so much, colleagues. What we are going to do now, we are going to take this opportunity to welcome our CEO, Dr. Thulani Dlamini, to please come to the fore and do our welcoming address. Dr. Thulani, over to you.
Thank you very much, Unati and Nati. Chairperson of the CSR board, Professor Tuguzani Majozi, any members of the CSR board who are present here this afternoon with us, members of the CSR leadership, our 2022 CSIR Excellence Award finalists, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and a very hearty welcome to all of you to the CSIR 2022 Excellence Awards. I think these awards are taking place at the end of a very successful conference, and therefore are very timely because I'm sure that for most of us, we still have very, very vivid memories of the stellar work that our organization does. From what we've seen over the past 2 days, I'm certain that, like myself, you are all filled with a sense of pride for being part of Team CSIR. I think today we celebrate excellence in the CSIR, where we recognize the top achievers in our organization, colleagues who have really excelled at touching lives through innovation. As all of you know, one of our values is excellence. So what is excellence? It is the quality of being outstanding and really good at what you do. It means you always strive to be the best at what you are doing. Now, the word strive suggests that to achieve excellence, you have to expend a significant amount of effort. You may, from time to time, also have to deal with setbacks. But given the level of motivation and commitment and dedication that you have within you, you'll never give up or give in whenever you encounter those setbacks. And I have no doubt that all the recipients of the CSR Excellence Awards today have this quality that I've just described now, and have gone through this experience that I've just spoken to achieve what they've achieved, to achieve what we are recognizing them for today. I think through your efforts, you have demonstrated in a very practical way what excellence is in the CSIR. In a way, taking our value of excellence from being an aspirational statement and making it a reality and bringing it to life through your work. The second value which I wish to reflect on is that of the CSR being a people-centered organization. I think as the finalists and recipients of the CSR Excellence Award, you were nominated by your peers and managers. Now, these colleagues recognize and appreciate your efforts. And that is indeed perhaps the beauty of an event such as this one. That is the beauty of a program such as this one. And I believe that this form of recognition is a real example of being a people-centered organization. This year, as the CSIR, we implemented a number of initiatives that are focusing on capacity development in the organization. These include the leadership development programs that we rolled out recently. In collaboration with various business schools, we have embarked on the training of colleagues in leadership positions. Now, these capacity development interventions focus mainly on leadership and management development, coaching, as well as mentorship. However, I believe that I think as an organization, we still have to do more in this area. Now, our competitive advantage as an organization depends on the talent that we have. As such, it is very important that we use all means possible to ensure that we are able to retain and attract world-class talent to the CSIR. We are committed to this objective, not just in word, but also in the manner in which we invest the resources of this organization. I think as such this year, we've set aside over 10 million rands to focus primarily on attracting talent in key areas that will help us to realize the intention of our strategy. The late American civil rights leader and minister, Dr. Martin Luther King, who I hold in very high regard, said, no work is insignificant. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. I think this quotation, in a way, summarizes our mandate, and it speaks to the heart of who we are and what we do as a CSIR. We touch lives through innovation. And of course, achieving this requires care, it requires intention, it requires preparation, it requires effort, and it requires intelligent execution. This year, we achieved a record number in terms of nominations, more than what we had in the past 2 Excellence Awards that we held. The adjudication panel received over 269 nominations that met the minimum criteria. From these, 93 winners from 209 finalists in 18 categories were then selected. Colleagues, as I close, I would like to remind us that the work that we do, that the work of our organization, and the work that we do, and all of us have been called to serve, to touch lives through innovation. And let us therefore ensure that we continue to find ways to serve, to use our knowledge, talents, and skills to serve our country and the world. I would like to congratulate all our finalists and winners of this year's Excellence Awards. And please join me in giving all our finalists a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dlamini. Thank you for always encouraging us and pushing us to be excellent in everything that we do. So I don't know if you noticed when I was trying to climb the stairs, hey, it's a bit of a mission. So the type of skirt I'm wearing is called Keep Me Tight But Let Me Move. It's not letting me move. Dr. Dlamini spoke about Dr. Martin Luther King, who had a dream. And he and I had something in common because I also had a dream. I had a dream to one day host the CSIR Excellence Awards wearing a dress with a big bow. Look at me now. So CSIR, thank you for making my dreams come true. I'd now like to call on stage another impressive man, the chairperson of our board, Professor Thokozani Majozi, who's going to give us a few words on behalf of the board. Professor Majozi, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Program Director. I'm the Program Director of the Nazi Squad, as you put it. Thanks for that. I would like to start by recognizing the board members that are here. There were some yesterday that I bumped onto. I'm not sure if there are some again this afternoon, but those that are here, good afternoon and welcome, colleagues. The CSIR leadership that is here, led by Dr. Thulani Dlamini, all the scientists that we have, the people from the science and innovations, like the people that make science tick that we see around here, the finalists, to all of you, I'm saying good afternoon. And of course, those who are here to witness this occasion, to as audience, as supporters, and those who accompany our finalists. I say to you, good afternoon. Now, I'm finding myself in a very difficult situation, but I'm old enough to maneuver. First and foremost, I'm speaking after the CEO, who was very crystalline in his message, spot on. I cannot critique anything, and my duty is to critique things, but I can't critique anything from what the CEO has said. That's my first dilemma. The second one is I'm talking to people who are the zenith of what you would call success. This is at the apex of achievement. What do you tell someone like that? So these are already people who would say they converted. Where do you start to talk to people like that? But fine, let me find myself to maneuver through that. It's a very difficult situation. You can appreciate that. First and foremost, I must say that I'll be talking now from the perspective of someone who is tasked with the duty that I do on a daily basis at the CSIR, or in my capacity as the chairperson of the CSIR. And that is to protect the legacy of this organization. But at the same time, making sure that I prepare a proper foundation for those who come after this board, this leadership, this staff, the people that we see around us. At any given point in time, someone said this in a very nice way. There is a name for it in chemical engineering, that whenever you see order, you must know that someone has been there. Nature hates order. If you walk through the forest, there's no order. That's nature. If you see how the ocean behaves, there's no order. There could be a pattern of some sort, but nature on its own hates order. When you see a vacuum, sustained vacuum, you must know someone is doing it. Nature won't do that. It hates vacuum. But you'll agree with me that in your time at the CSIR, you have seen order. There might be instances where things don't seem that orderly, in the sense that people are not happy perhaps with what is happening. But overall, this organization is a true character of, or characterizes what you would say, what we would call order in the true sense of the word. Now, you as the finalists, and I'm talking to you now as the best people that we have, at any given point in time, you might have not realized it. You have a duty to pay homage to those who came before you in your little ways, or whatever you do on a daily basis. The reason why we are recognizing you today, remember that at the back of what you do, even if it's done subconsciously, you are maintaining that legacy in one way or another. But at the same time, by doing so, you are making it easy for those who will come after you. So we are building this big institution here, one stone at a time. And each and every one of you is putting that stone as we move along. I'm not sure if there are lawyers here, but we have Advocate Esme Kennedy. There could be other lawyers. All laws that you see on this planet are built on something that came around 1,200 years before the birth of Christ. We call this the Code of Hammurabi. Hammurabi was a Babylonian king. They were the first to write laws, the laws that govern how people should behave. Everything you see as law today, whether it's Roman Dutch law or whatever law they call it, because it changes all the time. I always tell people who are lawyers that I don't know why you call what you are doing law, because law shouldn't change by its very nature. Like thermodynamics doesn't change, but laws change. The lawyers, it depends where you are, whether you're in South Africa or you're in the Netherlands, but they still call themselves lawyers, but that's fine. Now, all the laws you see, whichever shape or form they take, are built on this. This is the Code of Hammurabi. I want to believe also in our own right, we are building something similar to that. Those who will come after us do things whichever way they do. Life is not constant. I mean, whoever told you that if one or change is constant, that person wasn't right. Change is not constant. Change is intrinsic. There will always be change in everything that you do, but it can take many forms. It need not be constant. It can take many shapes. It need not be constant. But I can assure you that if you continue along this path, the footprints that you've put will always be there. So someone will look back many years after we are long gone, because we will go. They will always look back and say, we are here today because There was at some point in this institution, I nearly said at this university, in this institution, there was at some point someone like the CEO, Dr. Tulani Dlamini. There was at some point the former CEOs like your Dr. Sibusiso Sibisi, who built this organization to be what it is. And let's continue doing that. So wherever you are, you have those two responsibilities. Pay homage to those who came before you, prepare for those who come after you. And again, we are doing it. I'm saying to you, do it better and never stop doing it. That's all I'm saying. And along the lines of building, there's always one particular quotation, a gem that came from one of the people I too idolize a lot, and that is Sir not Albert Einstein, but Sir Isaac Newton, who once said, as you know, that if I've seen a bit further, it's because I've built on the shoulders of giants. We know this. And there was a time when someone explained it to me, but they gave me a wrong explanation as to why he was saying it. I asked them, why did he say it? What was happening when he said this? And someone explained it to me, but the explanation they gave me was wrong, because later on I discovered why he said it. Actually, he was talking about his Principia and how it had come about. He was acknowledging the fact that that would have not come about had it not been for someone like Robert Hooke, who ultimately became his nemesis, by the way, and someone else like René Descartes, whom you know, who is the founder or father of what you call analytical geometry. There would be no calculus without those two people. So when he said, if I've seen further, it's because I've built on the shoulders of giants, he was clear who he was talking about. I'm tempted to tell you what the explanation that I was given was, which is wrong. Let me tell you. Here is the explanation. So when I asked my teacher, who was always talking about Newton, and he would come and tell us about this, I asked him this question, who was this? He said, and he was smart, by the way. This was, by the way, coincidentally, this is the elder brother to Dr. Sibusiso Sibisi. The elder brother to Dr. Sibusiso Sibisi taught me physics at school. Actually, he's a physicist himself. So I asked him. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but anyway. So I asked Mr. Tanda Sibisi, who was my teacher at the time at school. He was a very smart man. He said, "Oh, you know why? Remember that Newton was born around 1642." We now know, by the way, it was 1643, but at that time, the calendar was, in another shape. We've just discovered it was 1643, but at the time, he was right. What was in the documents was that he was born in 1642. That is the same year that Galileo Galilei died. So he was saying, when he said he was building on the shoulders of giants, he was referring to Galileo Galilei, who had just died in 1642, and he was born in 1642. It makes sense. But that's not what he was talking about. You can go and do your own research and you'll find out that actually he was talking about these two gentlemen. Now, I want to say something also to everyone else. There are only 93, apparently, winners this afternoon of the 200 odd, more than 200 that were nominated. So there will be more than 100 that don't get the awards. But let me say this. To those that will get the awards, remember that that space the CEO spoke about of excellence is unbounded. So there will always be something better to do. And this is beauty, because without that, life would end at some point and very quickly. The reason it doesn't end, the reason why we wake up every day and find ourselves in the labs doing what we do, is because that space never ends. It's unbounded. There will always be some, every time you dig in there, there's something else that you have to do. It diverges. It diverges all the time. So don't stop doing what you are doing. To those that will get their awards, it's fine. To those that were nominated, who are here, who are finalists, but who will not get the awards this afternoon, and by the way, we live in that world as scientists. You won't succeed all the time. Actually, failure must encourage you. I even go as far as saying perhaps there isn't such a thing as failure. It's just a lesson of some kind, and a revelation of some kind as to what you need, or which plugs, which holes you have to plug. So to those that did not perhaps make it, or that won't make it this afternoon, please don't stop trying. Come back again next year. Put in your name again next year. I would assume that this was not an anonymous exercise. So people know that they were nominated this year by whomever. I don't know whether they know who nominated them. But in any event, if you are here, it means someone nominated you. And I would say that go back to your colleagues around you, put your name forth for next year to be here. Because, and by the way, don't simply go back and sit back and say, next year I'll put my name on. Close this gap. You have an intervening period to make things better. So just another 2 years. By the way, it's a long time because this is a biennial conference. It's every 2 years. 2 years is a long time to make things better. Go back and do things better. That is the message that I'm giving to the colleagues that did not make it this afternoon. I will sit down now quickly because we've had very long 2 days. But I realized that when the CEO was talking about EPIC, he left out integrity and collaboration. He dwelled on excellence and people. I would assume that, I haven't spoken to the CEO, but I would assume that he left those two because you would expect that people who are here already leave the other two values, or they espouse those values of integrity. It's very difficult to do research if you don't have integrity. Of course you can, and you can go a long way, but you'll be discovered. And we've seen it. You can do that. You do it once, you do it twice, you will soon be discovered. But in general, people don't do well in science if they don't espouse that value of integrity. I would assume that that's the reason the CEO left it out, because we are talking to people already here who live in that space. There is also collaboration. I want to believe that this particular value, these values really came with the new strategy that we adopted in 2019, or we thought about it in 2018 and brought to life in 2019. So it's been 4 years thereabout. That's when these values became very clear. I want to believe then that as young as these values are, in particular, collaboration is taken very seriously within the organization. It's just a message I want to share with you and leave with you because my term is coming to an end. Without collaboration, colleagues, let me tell you, there is no science. There was a time when you could do what you do in your little corner and really go a long way with it. That time is behind us. And do your own search. If you look at the people who win the Nobel Prizes, say in the last 10 years actually, particularly in physics, in chemistry, in medicine, those three in particular. I won't mention the other three. I mean, you also have economics, you have peace. I think there are 5 overall, am I right? There's economics and peace. So I won't mention the others, but these 3, and the others are also very important, by the way, there's nothing wrong with them. But in medicine, in physics, in chemistry, there is hardly someone who wins a Nobel Prize who works alone. They work in big groups that are very diverse, that recognize the synergies of talent. So of all values that we talk about, for me, the one that we least talk about, which I think holds the key to the future, is collaboration. And it must start within CSIR because we are a multidisciplinary organization. So this is an ideal environment for us to start exploring ways of collaborating within the organization and of course, collaborate with other institutions in our vicinity, of course, and the world over because we are in the space of science, which of course is unlimited. So collaboration is very, very, very important. So I would say, please try to live that value. I also want to make a strong appreciation to the leadership of this organization for not only limiting to these awards to say science or research or innovation, but I'm told that these awards are also for people in the professional and support staff. Because that's also another space that we seldom recognize. When we are at CSIR, it's the same with most scientific institutions, even at a university. The way people talk about professional and support staff is always secondary. But to be frank with you, there's not much that can turn without that. My PA, for whatever reason, had to leave early this week, early on Monday because of a family responsibility. I don't think I've achieved much since she left. Actually, my life is in tatters now because she's not there. So the fuel that really makes this wheel turn is that little boundary that we don't even talk about between the bearing and the wheel, if I can call it that, or the shaft and the bearing. So there's this little boundary that you don't even see when you look at the assembly. But it is that makes things work. It is that makes things tick. So I'm so happy to hear it's forward thinking on the part of leadership that everyone in the CSIR, every pillar in the organization is being recognized this afternoon. So all of you in your own right, whether we are in the science space or the SET space, or we are in the support staff as we call it, you are playing a very big role to make this organization what it is. If you want me to talk more, I'll talk a bit more. I mean, I never. But thank you very much to everyone, and please keep doing the good work.
I always need to make sure that my co-host is fine. In case anything happens, then we don't have a first aider to help us. So yes, Prof. Majosi, thank you so much for those words. So if you didn't know, now you do know. We are a proven formula awarded by Prof. Majosi. So Nathi Squared is a proven formula. You can go try, research it, and you'll find us. You'll find us. We're part of the books now. But
We're a thing.
Yes, definitely a thing. But also one of the two key things that I took from Prof. Majosi's speech was the fact that we are the zenith of success. That's the first thing that stood out for me. And then secondly is that we are building a legacy where it requires all of us to build upon each other. So whatever you do, when you go back today, please, let's just keep those words in mind. Thank you so much, Prof. Okay, right, cool. Now it's open. Right, so while we move on, so the awards today are about celebrating excellence, which happens to be one of our 4 epic values. We will witness this through the work that our colleagues have done and for which they are going to be recognized for. So PS, if Unati and I, Nathi Squared, get recognized for our excellence, you can't challenge it because we are part of that excellence. Thank you.
What I took away from Professor Majosi's speech is that now I finally know the reason I'm not a scientist. The person who came up with calculus and made me fail maths. We are now going to move on to handing over the awards. But before we do that, we've got a little video, a short video, that will tell us what exactly excellence is.
Zero margin for error, focus, precision. The cheetah embodies speed and focus. It represents intelligence, precision and creativity, and the agility to act quickly when situations change suddenly. It fixes on a goal and completes the task to the best of its abilities. We are driven by excellence in all that we do. In our R&D activities, in our business operations, and in our engagement with clients and stakeholders, excellence is what is needed to tackle South Africa's challenges and to give impetus to industrial development and national competitiveness. Excellence, people-centered, integrity, collaboration.
We now move on to the We now move on to the part that I'm clearly looking forward to, the presenting of the awards. But before we do that, I'd like to ask our CEO and Professor Majosi to please join us on stage to help us hand over the awards.
So while both the CEO and Prof. Majosi are coming to the stage, to our winners, while you take a victory lap, please take note of the following. So all our winners are going to take their... Oh, you can come up, please. Thanks. So all our winners are going to take their certificate on that small podium over there to my left. And when you do so, you'll come and stand in between Prof. Majosi as well as Dr. Dlamini, and then take a picture with them. Please kindly note that there will be no handshaking while during these proceedings. Lastly, while your name has been called up and the winner has been announced, there'll be citations that will be played over while you're walking up on stage. Thank you.
We now move on to the first category for the evening. I know you're besties, ne? But thank you. The first category for this afternoon is the best undergraduate or honors student. This award recognizes a CSIR undergraduate or honors student for their excellent academic performance. And the finalists are Butu Maje and Samuel Mbiya. Thank you. And the award goes to Samuel Mbiya.
All 80% average. He obtained distinctions in each of his final year modules, namely Communication Engineering, 79%, Introduction to Medical Imaging and Image Processing, 87%, Professional Communication, 79%, New Venture Planning, 82%, Impact of Engineering on the Natural and Social Environments, 83%. This is great achievement in this field of study.
I think, Prof, if you want to shake, I think you can. Okay, I think they're done.
Okay. You know the problem of having the CEO and the Prof here? They're having a chat. And I'm like,
Having a great time.
it's fine. We'll allow them.
It's their party, they can chat if they want to.
Yeah, no, we are only invited guests to this part. It's fine. It's okay. All right, congratulations, Samuel. Now, moving on to the Best Master Student Excellence Award. This award recognizes a CSIR master student for the research contribution made as part of their studies. Our finalists are Brian Johnston, Londiwe Mtobane, and Paul Likwadi. And the winner is Brian Johnston and Londiwe Mutibadi.
Brian Johnston is a senior technologist within the Advanced Computer Engineering Lab and has two main responsibilities: human capital development in high-performance computing for personnel across Africa and technical research and development. Through his responsibilities in training postgraduate students and scientists, Brian recognized that it would be appropriate to obtain a formal postgraduate degree in advanced computing to enhance his impact on his target HCD audience. Brian felt that grabbing the opportunity to study a coursework master's degree relevant to his field of work at top-rated Georgia Institute of Technology, USA, would provide up-to-date expertise in cutting-edge technological fields from an internationally acclaimed institute. He also sought the opportunity to develop future working relationships with Georgia Tech through the engagement of studies with international technology experts. Brian started his studies in January 2019 and successfully graduated with an MSc in Computer Science in December 2021 from Georgia Tech, with a 90% average for the degree. The expected duration for the MSc is 10 terms, 1 module per term, and Brian completed his degree in 9 terms, ahead of schedule, having completed 11 modules. Of note, one of Brian's research papers was selected to be showcased at a Georgia Tech Research Project Showcase, and another was adopted for industry training in the HPC community for developing HPC system administrators. Brian applied his experience through the online master's program, as well as the expertise gained from the educational technology and human-computer interaction courses towards facilitating the development and implementation of remote learning portals for CHPC to support students and researchers during COVID-19. Londiwe Mutibani undertook the study to investigate the effect of increased heat input on residual stress, microstructure evolution, and mechanical properties in Ti6AI4V selective laser melting. This study was both towards a master's qualification and informing the capability of the locally produced high-speed selective laser melting machine at the CSIR. The research has added to the body of knowledge as the results indicated that high heat input processing achieves similar mechanical properties to commercial low heat input SLM processing. In effect, then, it informed us that the advantage of high speed in our high power selective laser melting machine does not negatively affect the quality and integrity of produced parts. Some of the results of the study were published in the paper titled Effect of Powder Bed Preheating on Distortion and Mechanical Properties in High-Speed Selective Laser Melting, which has 3 citations on Google Scholar. The citations are from work published in high-impact journals. The residual stress work of the study was selected and presented at the International Conference of Additive Manufacturing Benchmarks in August. The mechanical properties of the work were recently selected and presented at the 7th CSIR Emerging Researchers Symposium. The work received good feedback. Another journal paper is lined up for submission to a high-impact journal.
Congratulations, Londiwe. Yeah, I blamed the poor people who came up with calculus for my math. No, I could not be able to do any of the things that were just read about the 2 winners. Congratulations to you too. The next award is the Best Doctoral Student Excellence Award. This award recognizes a CSIR doctoral student for the research contribution made as part of their studies. And the finalists are David Twane and Reinhard Kruger. And guess what? They are both winners.
David Twane joined the CSIR as a PhD candidate in 2018, where his work was on the computational simulation of titanium surface etching. The study focused mainly on employing computational modeling and simulation techniques to investigate and predict the mechanism of material surface etching and possible etchant. He studied the effect of halogen absorption on the titanium surface to determine and predict the most effective etchant solution. David's work was crucial in the technological application of material surface modification. His work was notable for investigating the absorption behavior, chemical interaction, and reactivity of halogens on the surface for etching and corrosion processes. His PhD was awarded in September 2021 at the University of Limpopo's virtual graduation ceremony. He has achieved 3 impact factor articles and presented in 7 conferences. He was awarded the Best PhD Student Presentation Award at South African Institute of Physics Conference 2019, as well as Best PhD Student Award at the University of Limpopo's Faculty of Science and Agriculture Research Day in 2019. Reinhard Kruger submitted his thesis entitled Technical Document Accessibility in February 2022 and defended it successfully during an oral examination in May. Reinhard's achievement of defending his PhD successfully was published in an online article in which the engineering faculty of Stellenbosch University congratulated him on his work and emphasized the impact it has on the blind community. Despite the challenge of being one of only a few blind researchers in the science, technology, engineering, and maths field, known as STEM, Reinhard has performed exceptionally well in his studies. His research focused on the development of a reading aid for the blind, with an emphasis on enabling print-disabled users to read and engage with non-textual content. His research developed methods that allow blind or visually impaired people to access mathematical content, such as equations, in untagged PDF documents. In addition, he developed methods that enable blind and visually impaired readers to systematically examine graphical elements in documents through sound and gestures, as well as by text-based navigation. His research contribution has a significant social impact, especially for the blind who work in the STEM field.
Wow. Being the excellent and people-centered organization that we are, Reynard's award has been printed in Braille so that he can be able to read it.
Congratulations, colleague. So we'll move to the Administrative Support Excellence Award. This award is presented to a professional individual, team, or group in an administrative support function of the CSIR for delivering a high-quality service and continuously providing exceptional administrative support leading to sustained outstanding added value, contributing to the achievement of organizational objectives. Our finalists are Gillian Juries and Lynn Florist. Yes, great. Apologies. I don't want to butcher people's names, so I'm going to try my very best. And the winners are? And the winner is actually...
You're used to having two winners now.
Yes, you know, I'm so excited about it. And the winner is Gillian Juries.
In her role as administrative assistant to the Parliamentary Relations Office, Gillian provides administrative support to both the manager and the senior practitioner in their individual capacities, while also ensuring that the office runs smoothly. Her administrative support requires that she scans through various parliamentary papers to highlight content that is relevant to the CSIR. However, she has gone above and beyond this to proactively include the scanning of documents and speeches flowing from various government departments to highlight work that is aligned to the work of the various clusters within the organization. This has enriched the communication of the office with the various internal stakeholders across the organization.
Congratulations, Gillian. We now move on to the Professional Support Excellence Award. This award is presented to a professional individual, team, or group in a support function of the CSIR for support excellence and demonstrating an in-depth understanding of the organization and applying expert knowledge to value-adding solutions for the organization. And the finalists are Lisbeth Mukwatedi, Marcel Loranto, Tony Kirkbright, and the asset team. And the graphic design team, my bad. How can I forget my own people? Woo. You see, when they give you power, then the next thing you forget where you come from. And the facilities management and security services planning team. Institutional planning, monitoring, and evaluation team. And now I'm done, ne? Okay. And Nati, I have two winners. So, the first winner is, am I allowed to say this? One of my most favorite people at the CSIR, Lisbeth Mukwatedi.
Lisbeth demonstrates a clear understanding of what CSIR employees and their loved ones need to improve their well-being.
Okay,
She
and the
ensures
asset
that
team,
this is realized by establishing and maintaining quality relationships with service providers. For example, in the current financial year, the psychological webinars are delivered by BestMed at no cost to the CSIR due to the relationship she has established with the service provider. These webinars were delivered at the cost of plus minus 270,000 rands.
and the asset team. So the asset team is special because I get to read their citation. The asset team has shown dedication and respect for the CSIR's EPIC values by continuously following internal control processes to be able to meet internal and external requirements. Their goal is to enable the organization to accurately record and maintain financial information pertaining to each asset and to easily identify and verify an asset when required. Internal control processes followed include reference to an audit trail available at any date and time. The team has implemented a paperless work method by reducing the ecological footprint. They also implemented the online removal permit to allow employees to request the removal of CSIR-owned assets through an online platform. Another development is the online verification platform to allow custodians the opportunity to verify and confirm assets online. Congratulations to the assets team. So you've seen how much work they've done. So you know when that email pops up, the one that says verify your asset. The one you say I'll deal with tomorrow. They've put in so much hard work. So I'm pledging from now on, I'll be on the list of the first people and not the reminder list. You may collect your certificates at the end. Which table? From that table. Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations, colleagues. I was so excited to see someone actually do a victory lap. It's like, yes, stride, you got this. You know, it was so exciting. All right, colleagues, we'll move to the next one, which is the Technical Support Excellence Award. This award is presented to an individual, team, or group for excellence in technical support capacity. The award must be motivated on the basis of quantified high-quality technical support improvements, leading to efficiencies and or added value to CSR stakeholders. And the finalists are Edwin Rampine and Lawrence Mboweni. And, the Laser Engineering Services team.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like I need to make sure now because you never know. It might just pop up and you get too excited. Sorry. Yes. But the winner is Edwin Rampine.
Edwin also supports the technical management team in ICSC, where he manages the technical support requests from the project teams, hosts technical reviews and support projects, guides and mentors technical leads in the execution of projects across the ICSC, and the created new processes to improve the productivity of the teams, such as In addition, Edwin routinely leads projects where he mentors technical leads in projects for skills transfer and manages strategic projects and stakeholders in the center. On commercialization, Edwin has supported the center and the SIS research group in commercialization and or technology transfer of the Veristic Print project. His technical support role included supporting researchers and inventors in creating a solution out of the inventions, leading the commercialization efforts for the technology and media interviews, and managing all potential licensee engagements which have led to a successful term sheet agreement with non-exclusive licenses pending.
Thank you. Technology sometimes, it will embarrass you. And still Edwin's shine, because Edwin could have been standing here for much longer. Guys, did you hear Ipavi? Like the woo when Edwin's name was called. I saw other people standing. Edwin, I want to be your friend. Congratulations to all the winners so far. We'll now take a 15-minute break and then we'll be back. Please go outside and enjoy some refreshments. So the time now is 16:33 plus 15 and then we come back.
Welcome back, colleagues. Welcome back, colleagues. I think let us try to settle down so we can start with our part 2 of our ceremony, our proceedings. Thanks. I would kindly ask Prof. Majosi, as well as the CEO, to please come and join me again back on stage. Oh, the CEO is coming. Okay. It's fine. We'll wait for the CEO.
No, today we are the CEO. He's not here. He did not hear that. All right. Before we continue with part 2 of today's proceedings, we're now going to play another video that will now tell us what being people-centered is all about.
They say it has magical powers. Some believe they live for thousands of years. They call it the tree of life because it provides for many creatures. It provides shelter. It provides shade. It provides sustenance. It invites indiscriminately. It welcomes the insects. It beckons the animals who feed on its nutritious fruits. It fills its trunk like an oasis. Here, all types can gather to meet, to share, families, communities, allies, for celebrations, for holding parliament on important matters. Everyone is welcome. The baobab reigns over the space that embraces everyone. We are all different. We have different talents, different ways of coming up with a solution, different ways of serving the people of South Africa. We can come together to touch the lives of others. We the people in service of the many other people of our country. All the people of the CSIR.
Excellence, people-centered, integrity, collaboration.
Okay, I'm not visible. This is my shortness. Okay, I understand. It's okay. All right, my short stuff is standing up front, so I hope everyone can see me now. Awesome. All right, colleagues, we're going to go to the next category of the Excellence Award, which is Emerging Leader Excellence Award. This award recognizes an individual who is at an early stage of their career and demonstrates the leadership qualities of influencing, motivating, and enabling others to contribute towards the effectiveness and success of the organization through inspiring them to commit to and follow a shared vision. And our finalists are Zubaida Dawood and Kabelo Muswane. Muswane. Okay, sorry. Okay, Muswane. Right. And the winner is Zubaida Dawood.
Has great leadership skills and is able to come up with initiatives to empower junior employees. She is diverse and committed to transformation. At just 33 years old, Zubaida is a seasoned cybersecurity specialist with a doctorate and has made quite an impact in the cybersecurity and semantic web fields. She has been an acting RGL for 6 months now for the Governance, Privacy and Trust Research Group within the Information and Cybersecurity Center. She stepped into this role when her manager was on maternity leave and thereafter when a resignation occurred. During this time, Dr. Dawood continued to perform cutting-edge research while managing a team of 15 employees. Some of her notable achievements include that
Congratulations, Zubaida. Edwin, wherever you are, I'm dumping you. Zubaida has more pavi than you. The next award is the Emerging Researcher Excellence Award. This award recognizes outstanding contribution by a researcher who is at the start of their research career and who has demonstrated excellence in research and development outcomes. And the finalists are Ntswaki Matabate, Quentin van Heerden, and Ridwan Suleiman. And the award goes to Ridwan.
Dr. Ridwan Suleiman has been instrumental in the work of the National Policy Data Observatory and was second to the Information and Cybersecurity Center in October 2021 after his regular participation in the project and communication in the media and on Twitter, making sense of numbers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ridwan utilized scientific research methods and statistical techniques to independently analyze, evaluate, and disseminate data and scientific research around the COVID-19 pandemic. This work has contributed directly to national efforts in fighting the pandemic through the National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure and Ministerial Advisory Committee, technical working groups which fed into national policy and the decision-making of the National Coronavirus Command Council.
Congratulations. Now moving to the next award, the Established Researcher Excellence Award. This award recognizes a researcher who has established themselves through identifiable research and or experimental development outcomes that demonstrate world-class knowledge generation, technical excellence, or innovation in research and development. The finalists are CEO, please could you? Thank you. Lususizo Kwezi, Sylvester Bolokhan, and then Serejan Kesavan Pele. I hope I didn't butcher. If I did, I apologize again. All right. And the winner is Serejan Kesavan Pele.
During the time at the center, Dr. Pillai has made substantial research and development contributions to the research activities of the center through her numerous research outputs, student supervision and mentoring, research collaborations, and product development. Her research has focused on the development of novel functional nanostructured materials for advanced applications, which has led in recent years to her pioneering work on cosmetic functions in the Advanced Functional Materials Group. She has single-handedly pioneered and driven the cosmetic portfolio within the center and has managed to secure significant contract research in this work, demonstrating the expertise she's developed and applied for her clients SAPI, 360, and Inqaba Yesizwe. She is deeply committed to research and has achieved significant research outputs during the past 10 years, which include 59 articles in international peer-reviewed journals. This is an average impact factor of 1.5 to 7.9. 5 book chapters, 627 citations, and an H factor of 14 and the Google Scholar. Her research efforts are directed towards finding research questions based on specific industry problems and solving them to have high research impact, which has led to 13 technology demonstrators, translating into 4 product licenses and 1 South African provisional patent. These output total a substantial research contribution to her field and are a mark of her dedication to her research career.
Okay, I'm going to stop changing friends now because she has more now and now. We'll just form a group, ne? Yeah. The next award is the Human Capital Development Excellence Award. This award recognizes individuals, groups, or teams who demonstrate an extraordinary contribution to the CSIR objectives by showing commitment in championing and ensuring increased participation of individuals with SET and any other skills that is of importance to the CSIR through providing mentorship and opportunities for career growth. And the finalists are Noluntu Mpekwa, Patience Mthunzi Kufa, Sylvester Bulukang, and Tepo Tsekwa. And the winner is the scientist I wish I were, a lady who took away 2 awards at their cluster awards, Dr. Patience Mthunzi Kufa.
Dr. Patience Mthunzi-Kufa started the current biophotonics program at the CSIR from scratch in 2010 via development of a highly unique laboratory facility, recruitment of scientists, all transformation candidates with very specialized yet complementary skills who perform cutting-edge research that gets international recognition in the form of awards in the photonics space. During this time, she was a junior researcher, having recently graduated with a PhD in physics, focusing on biophotonics. Dr. Mthunzi-Kufa works with a team of researchers at different levels of the research career ladder, also known as RCL, who, through her guidance, have advanced in the RCL. Currently, she's supervising 2 researchers who are registered at the University of KwaZulu-Natal for their PhDs in physics. Additionally, in order to adequately meet her objectives towards human capital development, diversifying the biophotonic skills base, and speeding up the process of developing point-of-care technologies, Mthunzi-Kufa has recently appointed 2 senior researchers and 1 researcher. In February 2022, she secured DSI funding to support 5 MSc as well as 3 PhD students who will be registered with higher education and training institutions across the country. Of note, since biophotonics is still in its infancy in South Africa, her training of the students will increase the skills base of biophotonics in the country and increase the footprint in South Africa.
Congratulations. You know, while I'm busy standing here, I'm thinking that we just come back from a performance review process midterm. And I'm thinking now, you know, with these names, I get anxious because I'm thinking if it was a performance review process for this, I would be doing so badly. Yeah, but it's fine. We'll get there eventually. All right, colleagues. So moving to the next award, it's the Governance Team Award. This award recognizes groups or teams who demonstrate an extraordinary contribution to the CSIR compliance strategy and operational plan, as well as ensuring that the CSIR conducts its business in full compliance with the applicable regulatory framework and ethical standards. The finalists are the triple BEE team. What's fun? Oh, okay. Okay. The CEO was like, no, Chief, it's not happening. It's not the right one. See what I mean? But it's okay. All right, colleagues. And the winner is the triple BE team.
A project team was identified and assembled to drive the Triple BE initiative for the CSIR. Over a period of 2 years, the Triple BE project team has managed to improve the CSIR's Triple BE rating from a level 3 to a level 1. This was achieved even though it was not a full-time function of the project team, but rather an ad hoc activity. The Triple BE Level 1 is unprecedented in the history of the CSIR and makes the CSIR the only government entity to realize this remarkable achievement. We have other government entities reaching out to the CSIR to understand how the CSIR was able to achieve a Triple BE Level 1. This is excellent as it really elevates the CSIR status in the industry. The importance of this achievement cannot be stressed enough. It gives the CSIR a competitive advantage over many other companies that could be vying for the same work. In this competitive environment that the CSIR operates, any competitive advantage counts. All indications are that the current Triple BE Level 1, which was obtained during the last verification cycle, will be maintained and with an even higher score. This again highlights the Triple BE project team's unwavering commitment to the cause of epic values of the CSIR.
So when I arrived at the CSIR, I found out that Saddam's surname was Matanzima, and my father was married to a Matanzima. So I was like, yay, I have an uncle. So I approach him and I say, yo, Saddam, you're my uncle, don't you know, a family member. They say that. Saddam was like, no, I am not that Matanzima. Saddam, are you still denying me? Anyway, it's okay. The next award is the Health and Safety Award. This award recognizes groups or teams that demonstrate an extraordinary contribution to the CSIR's Safety, Health, Environment, and Quality Strategy, SHEC, and operational plan, as well as ensure effective and efficient world-class SHEC services. This is a high-performing team that delivers quality service in support of creating a healthy and safe working environment. And the finalists are the CSIR Conferencing and Accommodation Facilities Team, Energy Center SHEC Team, Information and Cybersecurity Center SHEC Team. And the winner is, no, not cybersecurity. Where we are, CSIR Conferencing and Accommodation Facilities Team.
The Conferencing and Accommodation Facilities Department, also known as C&A, is the custodian of all SHEC processes. Not only has this team excelled in provided activities, but their efforts have also been noted by internal and external auditors. The team has implemented processes so well that for the last 2 years, no internal or external audit findings were recorded. Over and above the CSIR SHEC processes, the C&A team also provides support to clients who are hosting events and complying with event health and safety regulations according to the Sports and Recreation Act of 2010 as well as City Compliance Acts. This team has also worked closely with the South African Police Service. The team also works closely with the South African Police Service and other parties that ensure that all hosted events adhere to regulated guidelines and also safe for all in attendance. Documents created and used by the C&A team have also been shared with other CSIR clusters and form part of the best practice documents such as the Client Safety Checklist. All C&A employees also have a standard key performance indicator, commonly referred to as a KPI, of ensuring and motivating adherence to SHEC protocols and guidelines, guaranteeing that the whole team contributes to the overall SHEC culture.
Congratulations, colleagues. This makes sense because I was looking at Morgan and he came in slick, relaxed. I'm like, this is so unlike Morgan. Usually he's very like, is everything happening okay? Is everything fine? So it's good to see you so relaxed. Congratulations once again, guys. All right, colleagues. Congratulations to the winners of the part 2 of our ceremony. We will take a moment now to play the Integrity Value video.
The South African coat of arms represents growth, peace, nourishment of humanity, and the natural beauty of the land. From both sides, these symbols of heritage are protected in an embrace of elephant tusks to depict wisdom, strength, moderation, and eternity. The elephant naturally signifies strength and power, a towering presence and air of authority to be adhered to. It is associated with solid leadership and wisdom. Representations of elephants are held in reverence in many cultures. It applies thorough thinking before acting. Always be the elephant. Honor and honesty guide our behavior. We are unwavering in our commitment to serve the people of South Africa, not to serve ourselves, our greed, our agendas. The CSIR has stature. It cannot allow unethical, unjust, and unlawful practices. This is what our stakeholders and society expect and respect.
Excellence, people-centered, integrity, collaboration.
All right, to usher us into part 3 of our ceremony, I'll hand over to my co-host.
Thank you, Nati. The next category is the Outstanding Contribution by a Research Team Award. This is an award in recognition of a team which, through collective, interdependent efforts, and by harnessing team and team member strengths, conducted acclaimed research and/or experimental development leading to verifiable outcomes. The award must be motivated on the basis of identifiable research and/or experimental development outputs, as well as verifiable evidence of uptake of these outputs by clients and stakeholders. And the finalists are the COVID-19 Diagnostic Assay Team, Electronic Vaccine Data System Ecosystem Team, National Policy Data Observatory. All right. And the winner is the last team, the National Policy Data Observatory team. I thought they were still on
The National Policy Data Observatory, also known as NPDO, was initiated at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic by the DSI, CSIR, Statistics South Africa, and South African Revenue Service after a visit by President Ramaphosa to the CSIR COVID-19 Information Center. It is a government-led initiative currently incubated at the CSIR in the Information and Cybersecurity Center, with the main objective of supporting data-driven decision-making in government on various social-economic interventions. Over the last 2 years, the project has evolved to support multiple stakeholders with different types of data sets and analysis, including stakeholders in government and industry. The ICSC team, made up of over 11 staff members, supported by the CCIS, which is made up of 2 members, executed a collective effort at the height of COVID-19 to collect data daily, support the NDOH and other departments with data insights and analytics, including projections. The ICSC team also collaborated to develop easier-to-use tools in dashboards and databases to allow for easier access to data by different stakeholders.
Congratulations, colleagues. Dr. Mtweni was excited, like, yes, this is stood up. He's like, yes, I'm going first. Then he ushers everybody on stage, like, no, come first before me. But it's fine. Congratulations, colleagues. All right, so moving to the next award. Our next award is the Innovation Excellence Award by an individual or team. This award recognizes the achievements of an individual or team for a development of technological breakthrough, new product or process, or other form of intellectual property or knowledge product that has been translated into innovation and applied in society. The finalists are the Green Book team, Veristic Print team, COVID-19 Diagnostic Assay team. Yes, yeah, got it right. The winner is the COVID-19 Diagnostic.
During the emergence period of the COVID-19 pandemic, a critical gap identified by the Department of Science and Innovation, the South African Medical Research Council, and the Technology Innovation Agency was the rapid detection and reduction of the turnaround time for diagnosing active infections. Secondly, it was developed and implemented previously. Non-existent manufacturing capability for locally produced polymerase chain reaction kits and reagents to reduce reliance on international suppliers. This innovation resulted in a new product and a manufacturing technology that fundamentally and directly improved the bottlenecks in the national value chain. This innovation was also awarded a Technology Readiness Level 7 for its achievement, and the team, including their industry partner, have been invited to a number of forums to present this work and capability. Furthermore, this innovation has supported the needs of critical stakeholders, including national government through the DSI, SAMREC, and their implementation partner, TIA. It has also in part contributed to bolstering these entities' policies for responding to prevailing and future pandemics. In addition, this innovation has assisted the CSIR and government strategy to develop systems that ensure security supply for protein reagents and complete solutions to improve testing. Finally, this achievement emphasizes the CSIR's and government's commitment to supporting industry and creating commercialization opportunities through the impactful translation of concept to market-ready products or processes.
First, we made you sad by not giving you the previous award. Then we made you smile by giving you this one. The next award is the Collaboration Excellence Award. The award recognizes CSIR teams and groups that have demonstrated successful and exemplary interdivision, cluster, portfolio collaboration in an effort to provide innovative solutions to CSIR clients and stakeholders to improve our processes. And the finalists are... I have to read them again. The Electronic Vaccine Data System Ecosystem, Use of Water Materials in Road Construction Team, Electronic Vaccine Certificate System. And the winner is... All of them, Anjani. The winner are the people who gave us our certificates, after COVID vaccine, then you don't have to have a password and all of that. Yes, those people that I like. The Electronic Vaccine Certificate System team.
The CSIR supported the National Department of Health and the country in a short period during the COVID-19 crisis by providing a novel secure registration-less certificate system, also known as VCS, which allows individuals to securely download their vaccination certificate without registration and password, which in turn can be verified by any third party. The system was developed in an extremely short period of 2 weeks and required the coordinated efforts of different skills from across the CSIR. The project involved extreme security risks requiring an innovative solution. Existing competitor systems such as those from Australia and Germany require that the downloader first be registered in a database with a username and password. A registration-based system was not feasible for South Africa.
Congratulations, colleagues. I was ready to shout to Prof. Majors. I'm like, no, they like pictures. Just wait. They're still waiting. But yes. So moving to the next award is the Business Development Award. This award recognizes the critical role played in ensuring sustainability by promoting and delivering excellence in strategic business development. The finalists are the Strategic Infrastructure Management Team. Okay. And the winner is the Strategic Infrastructure Management Team.
The Strategic Infrastructure Management Team and its multiple collaborators and partnerships across the CSIR have forged entry into new business areas while maintaining existing business at pre-COVID-19 levels. Two notable examples are in the Municipal Capability Partnership Program in support of a capable state and coordination of multi-cluster National Treasury-funded Department of Science and Innovation initiative to invest in research infrastructure. Stakeholders in these new areas of business have recognized the CSIR's combined efforts and committed to expanding the project scope and budgets for both these initiatives. For example, while the Research Infrastructure Program currently focuses on 4 capable investments across CSIR divisions, discussions are underway to expand the programs for research infrastructure investment in future. The MCPP program forges partnerships across local government, suppliers, service providers, and Anglo to enable capability development in asset management, water services, ecological food services, planning, and others. Anglo expanded its MCPP program from 2 to 7 years and from 8 to 10 municipalities.
This team went uncontested at their cluster awards, and they are uncontested here. Baz is daring. The next award is the Career Achievement Excellence Award. This award recognizes an individual who has made a significant contribution to their career and/or career field and has sustained this contribution over a period of time. So not just a contribution once or twice, sustained. Yeah, you must work for an excellence award. And the finalists are Adnan Abu, CEO help. See, when your CEO is your co-host, you can ask him for such things, yabo. And Maritha O'Kennedy. And the winner is CEO help.
Adnan Mafou. After finishing his PhD studentship, Adnan joined the CSIR as a researcher in 2011, where he started developing his career research and leadership skills rapidly, which led to his career growth as chief researcher and center manager for the emerging digital technology for the fourth industrial revolution, known as the 4IR. Due to his significant achievement and outstanding contributions, he has been recognized by the CSIR through various awards. For example, Emerging Researcher Excellent Award for Exceptional Contribution to Advanced Sensor Networks Research Group in 2012. Emerging Leader Excellence Award for his significant contribution and leadership within the Advanced Sensor Networks Research Group in 2015. Collaboration Excellence Award to Smart Water Management System in 2017. Established Researcher Excellence Award in 2017. Established Researcher CSIR Excellence Award in 2018. Externally, he has been appointed as an extraordinary professor with the University of Pretoria, professor extraordinaire with the Tshwane University of Technology, and visiting professor with the University of Johannesburg.
All right, congratulations. The CEO says he doesn't want to be seen influencing the awards. So
He was just helping me read, that's all.
that's a disclaimer. We needed to make sure everyone knows. All right, moving to the next award, which is the Leadership Award. This award recognizes individuals who demonstrate leadership excellence as evidenced in their ability to influence, motivate, and enable others to contribute towards the effectiveness and success of the organization and to follow and commit to shared organizational vision. The finalists are Jeremy Wallace, Sichaba Bariseng, Tepo Tsekoa. Tsekwa. Okay. Tsekwa. Thank you, colleagues. And the winner is Tepo Tsekwa.
Dr. Tepo Tsekwa is a seasoned protein biochemist, chief researcher, and leader based in the Future Production Chemicals Cluster. He is the research group leader of the Technology Demonstration Team with a focus on developing production processes for various reagents and health-related biologics manufacture at various scales. He leads a team of about 15 to 20 scientific and technical staff and students and is an active talent seeker. He has more than 20 years of experience in protein biochemistry, protein technologies, and biomanufacturing. He's an energetic and charismatic leader, which makes him very fun to work with. He works very closely with industry and is involved in several projects from idea generation to scale up and piloting.
Dr. Tsekwa's team was recently involved in receiving SAPRA approval for COVID-19 test developed in collaboration with the CSIR spin-out company, Cape Bio, that he conceived as part of his work in the area of metagenomics and molecular reagents. Furthermore, Dr. Tsekwa has transferred 4 technologies to industry, and he is currently assisting 3 South African companies in localizing and developing biomanufacturing technologies for commercialization. He also participates in a wide range of professional activities, including committees, advisory boards, and working groups at national and international levels, and occasionally lectures and acts as an external examiner at a number of tertiary institutes. His work in the biomanufacturing area has led to 8 technology demonstrators, and a testament to his work with industry has resulted in the commercialization and real-world impact of 4 technologies. He also has over 30 publications, many published in internationally recognized journals with an H-index of 10. He is passionate about human capital development, building the next generation of scientists to conduct breakthrough, innovative research, and has collectively supervised and co-supervised 17 students and postdocs, with some being recruited to the organization and even promoted on the CSIR career ladder under his supervision. Some of his notable achievements include securing more than 6 different research support grants from private and public funders during the 2020-2021 financial year. Dr. Tsekwa is a distinguished leader in the field, and he leads a strong team. Dr. Tsekwa has been involved in various projects in a leadership role. 2 key projects come to mind.
Congratulations to all the recipients of the 2022 CSIR Excellence Awards. Let's give them a standing ovation, will we? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you may be seated. Did I take too long? Like, yeah, these high heels are not meant for standing.
All right. We have come to the last award. Right. Is this better? Okay, no. Sorry, colleagues. So we've come to the last award of our ceremony today. And I would like to ask the CEO to please take the stage. Well, he's already here. But I'd like the CEO to please take the podium and to engage on this award. So the CEO award recognizes... Okay, sorry. It's making me nervous. All right. This award recognizes distinct, extraordinary accomplishments and contributions of either an individual or a team with identifiable scientific or technological innovation or impact in support of the CSIR mandate. These awards are given to the CEO's. These awards are given at the CEO's discretion in recognition of the achievement of the very best of accomplishments and the attainment of excellence that enhances the CSIR's reputation. CEO, over to you.
So it gives me great pleasure to announce this year's winner of the CEO award. And the person that won the award this year is Dr. Janine Schollefeld. So I have a very difficult task of reading quite a lengthy citation, which has already been condensed, by the way. So I'll try. So despite a disproportionate burden of disease, only 2.5% of clinical trials take place on the African continent, which accounts for 17.5% of the global population. This diverse population harbors 25% more genetic diversity than the rest of the world. Collectively, this contributes to the fact that 1 in 12 individuals, so 1 in 12 of us, are admitted to hospitals in South Africa because of adverse drug reactions. The continent needs innovative tools with which to address this gap in healthcare that consider our limited resources. The Bioengineering and Integrated Genomics Group, led by Dr. Janine Schollefeld, is tackling this problem head-on by building on Dr. Scholefeld's expertise in advanced molecular, genetic, and cell technologies. After returning from her position as a Newfield Medical Fellow at University of Oxford, Dr. Schollefeld focused her endeavors on developing models of disease in a dish using advanced imaging, genome engineering, and stem cell technology. She was the first person to make induced pluripotent stem cells on the African continent, and more recently led the team which localized the technology of isolating primary human hepatocytes from liver tissue of African individuals, another first in Africa. Collectively, this means she is the only expert on the African continent with the capability to create and has access to the gold standards in non-animal preclinical drug toxicity testing that take African genetics into account. She is the co-first author of a Nature Communications paper in which she used super resolution to identify high-order structures of disease in patient cells. Her recently awarded Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funded research combining large hospital prescription data with adverse drug reaction reports alongside publicly available genomic data sets has revealed high-impact drug metabolism pathways which may uniquely explain the suboptimal treatment outcomes in South Africa and potentially Africa as a whole. Using this information, her team is establishing a commercially viable screening panel of liver organoids which are bioengineered to include uniquely African high-impact ADR mutations. In 2022 alone, she has been called upon as a keynote and invited speaker at multiple international events and has been approached by a litany of international industry organizations. I hope they're not asking you to join them. No, it is to provide access to cells on African origin, further reinforcing her goal to build an African repository of iPSC in primary cells. I think the organization that have approached they include the likes of Merck, AstraZeneca, University of Texas Southwestern, the Karolinska, and others. She leads the Springer Nature journal, Gene Therapy, as the editor-in-chief, enabling her vision of encouraging a more global representation of publications and that underrepresented geographical regions receive exposure at an international level. Dr. Schollefeld has supervised 5 postgraduates successfully and is currently supervising a further 3. In addition to her lecturing honor students at UCT, she has been an invited lecturer of postgraduate courses at UKZN, VETS, Human Genomics, VETS, Molecular Medicine. I see the microphone has been switched off. Is it because of jealousy? Or what's going on here? I'm coming to an end. She has published 21 papers and given numerous publications, including a TED Talk. Dr. Scholarfield, we are honored to have you as one of our colleagues, and you are really a deserving award of the CEO. Excellence Award.
Thank you very much, CEO. Congratulations, Janine. I have been mispronouncing your surname when I'm editing documents. I won't even tell you what I've been reading. It's a good thing my job is just to make sure that the written word is correct. Otherwise, I would have been fired. Yeah, Nati, what's happening next?
What's happening next? Right, amazing. I like during the CEO was like, are people being jealous? They're busy switching off his mic. I'm just like, hey, CEO, I could see also. I could definitely tell.
Sabotage.
Hey. Right, colleagues. Moving right along, we're going to take this opportunity to then listen to the next short video that will be played, which is about collaboration.
Alone, it dies. Bees tell us about teamwork. 20 to 60,000 bees make a colony and communicate with one another by dancing. When one group falls behind, other members make up for it. They work with each other and for each other. They share the vision and the mission, and they have the same goal in mind. Where there's teamwork, there's strength. Extraordinary things can happen. And the rewards? No single one of us has all the answers. Elders and youngsters, peers and our opponents, sisters and brothers, neighbors and foreigners. There is much to learn and to teach. We are better together.
Excellence, people-centered, integrity, collaboration.
What a way to wrap up this award ceremony. Indeed, congratulations to all the winners.
All right, thank you so much, colleagues. All right, to close up for this event, I'd like to hand over to Dr. Rachel Chokwamba, CSIR Group Executive for Advanced Chemistry and Life Science. Ma'am, please come on stage.
Okay, thank you very much. I must say it is very nice to hang around with the stars because we hope some of the stardust will rub onto some of us. So a hand of applause again to all our winners. And I was actually, in fact, thinking, before we go into the details of thanking everyone, we are here at the ICC, the home of hospitality, the ambience of the room, the good food, the good cheer, the opportunity to engage in a light-hearted manner. A hearty congratulations to the ICC team. So humble, so serving, so focused. Can we congratulate them? All right. Now, on a more serious note, that was a serious note already, to acknowledge the chair of our board and board members present and our CEO and the leadership team. The finalists and the winners, we thank you for bringing us here today. We've come to the end of our event, which was thoroughly enjoyable. And my task is very simple, to really just thank everybody who participated to make this day happen today. And in fact, we are celebrating epic achievements of individuals in a year, I think, that we've seen where we've achieved epically, where we have had an epic achievement ourselves as Team CSIR. I think we ought to recognize that and congratulate all of us, I think, on a job well done. Now, I wanted to touch on a topic of what excellence is about, but the CEO spoke about excellence, defined excellence. Then the chair went on to even say there is scope for further improvement in between the achievements of the day. So I thought to myself, what shall I say about excellence? I can't just thank people without saying something about excellence. So I thought I'll touch on a little bit of a raw nerve. And I hope I have a home in my division when I'm done with this. So, you see, excellence is no finish line, is what they say. So if you achieved very well, that becomes your normal because it's a competition against yourself. And because there is no finish line, if you had outstanding publications, if you had a huge profit last year, if you had many license deals, I spoke about publication equivalents already, that's now your baseline. So from those that achieved well, we will continue to expect greater achievements. And I hope that I can go home to the chemicals cluster and still not be shunned. All right. So let me reiterate what our CEO said in his welcome remarks. It is important that we always remember that we work for an organization that has been called to serve. In our various domains, we have used our knowledge, talents, and skills as a force for good to serve the country and the world in fulfillment of our mandate to improve the quality of lives of the people. Once again, we congratulate all the nominees, finalists, winners. Your work is being recognized by fellow colleagues, and I would like to go in a little bit more detail in that in a moment. An event of this magnitude requires a lot of planning and certainly a lot of work of the team. And looking at the results, I am sure you will agree with me when I say that it was all worth the hard work. So I want to dig a little deeper and really recognize the people who have made this day extremely wonderful and extremely successful. I would like to express our appreciation to all the people who nominated their colleagues for these awards. Without these nominations, really, we would not be hosting these excellence awards. As the CEO indicated, there were 269 nominations in total and 209 finalists. I think that would be about 78%, but I'm a little nervous to pronounce that with Professor Majosi and his mental calculator in the room. But it's about thereabouts, so it's not exact. And then we had 93 winners. What does that say really? If in fact 78% of the nominees were finalists, it says that we're getting very good at recognizing excellence among our peers. And I think this is a very, very important point to recognize. And once again, thank you to the people who recognize excellence in their colleagues and put them to the fore. We thank you again. Next, I want to talk about the adjudicating panel. It must have been quite the mammoth task to go through all 269 nominations and then sift through to find those shining diamonds, including shining diamonds that are quite raw, that are finalists but did not quite make it. So we really appreciate the work that the adjudication panel did. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. Now, to the finalists and our winners, your achievements were hard-won. We don't trivialize the effort, the pain, the tears that goes into being excellent because it never ends. Now, I want to tell you something. The speakers before me spoke about quotations from very eminent people in history. And I want you to think about this very carefully. And I'm going to ask those that won to reflect on something that my priest said to me. So I'll be citing my priest the other day. So we're talking about people that become saints. And then he said something like, please remember and appreciate the most difficult people in your team because they put you through that process of purification and make you better and better, just like gold is forged in heat, intense heat. So that's a quote that I would like you to take along with you. So the people that have made you cry, the people that you've made your life impossible, really appreciate them. And in fact, in our faith, we call it they prepare you for sainthood. Because without their trials and tribulations, then you have not been tested enough. All right. So moving on. So do appreciate the difficult colleagues in the team. They are valuable. They make you shine and they make you as good as you are today. So thank you very much to the organizing team, supported by various individuals in our different portfolios who've made sure that this event comes to life. I think I must absolutely mention the magical duo that is the ICC and Team Comms. You did a great job. We really appreciate that. All right. I would also like to convey a special thanks to members of the media who might be here, and we really greatly appreciate the support that we've received from them in covering our activities all the way from yesterday through today. We really appreciate that. You helped to put our brand out there. And now it says that I should thank the band, but I don't think I saw any band this. So I feel a little bit distressed about that part. But so moving on, last but not least, I want to thank our program directors, the NATI squared proven formula that was validated by our chair of the board. Thank you very much. I think you did a stellar job of it. I know that there were trying times when we thought the narrative was finished. And in fact, the narrative was still going. And when we thought we had 2 finalists, and in fact we had 5. So it's one of those challenging things. So I also want to thank, maybe let me pause there. I want to recognize and thank someone very special who is among us. And that is the chair of our board, Dr. Mayosi, Professor Mayosi. We really, really want to thank you as you come to the end of your 2nd term with us. I think you have taken us through some very trying times, some very elated times, and some very ordinary times. But the whole time, you never lost your cool, you kept it together, and you got us through them. We really, really appreciate you, and we want to thank you. We hope we can continue. I think later. I also want to impart something to you with a reference to something that I have already spoken. Because I listened very carefully when you were giving your speech last night. And then you did say, you know, and maybe it's good to preempt that statement by saying you've seen through your 2 terms 2 CEOs. And now, last night you spoke about the very CEO who's sitting next to you. And you said you've never seen none more stubborn. And I think I can go back to the recording and this would be correct. So, like the other people, like our winners, hopefully that's part of your purification to sainthood. So I hope it takes you to greater heights. Thank you very much. And then we really appreciate you. And then lastly, of course, others shined, others won. We recognized them individually, but like Prof said so eloquently, they stood on the shoulders of those who came before them and on the shoulders of all of us, including us, the annoying ones and the ones that are difficult. So for me, I think that indeed it's an epic team CSIR that has made it possible for you to shine. And it is really a proud moment at any one point to be part of this epic team that is Team CSIR. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Safe.
Thank you so much to Dr. Rachel Chikwamba for the vote of thanks. So, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our ceremony. We are a bit bleak about it.
Very sad.
Yeah, but you know, the party must go on. Yes, the party must go on. But before we do that, and I hand over to Unati to close off the ceremony for us, please take note that we've got our beautiful trophies on stage. The cheetah representing excellence, the baobab representing people-centered. We've got the elephant representing...
We even played videos for you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, and I'm looking at the pictures. Says. And we've got the last two over there. I'm not going to try and correct it. Yes. But you've got the last two over there. So colleagues, because of how heavy the trophies are, they could not bring them to the ceremony. So you've been requested. All the winners have been requested. You're all going home with the trophy. So you've been requested to just make arrangements with Miranda Host, and she will make an arrangement so that you can collect the trophies at your convenience, or at her convenience also, just to get the trophies that were being awarded tonight. Thank you so much.
And last but not least, please remember the team awards, all the individuals who did not receive their certificates to go to that table at the back over there to receive your certificates. And then you are requested, when everybody has walked out, to please come onto the stage with your trophies to actually now take a picture where you all have a trophy with the CEO and chairperson of the board, please. And then please, all finalists and the winners are also requested to go to the table at the back to get a copy of the coffee table book. Yes, it's a very special book. We worked very hard on it. It's the history of the CSIR. It's our pride and joy, and you guys are getting it for free. I'm a little bit jealous. So we've come to the end of the program. Thank you so much for letting us drive the program for you today. And thank you for listening to us, for assisting us read words names we couldn't read, all of that. And I've been told that there's a party at the deck. Is it still at the deck? Or at the foyer, because the weather is not wanting us to party, but no weather formed against us shall make us not party. So there's a party, there's a DJ, so shall you get down? So enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.